are, Sage. So, by the way, it's 2019 AAD. That's after Anthony Davis. And the question is, where do LeBron and the Lakers go from here? And the answer is to play the Sixers in Philadelphia on Sunday. Of course, the question was meant more in the meta sense. Sure. If anybody knows the high end and the low end of turning over a roster, just being swamped in rumors about turning it over, it's LeBron and his latest boss, Irvin Magic Johnson. And with half the Lakers having been rumored to be on the trade block and the now chimerical, diaphanous, lost bid for the Shangri-La that is Anthony Davis, Magic is to meet the team in Philly to reassure all the new guys and all the almost gone guys that it's one big happy family and there's job security and playoff prospects, something about the Patriots and everything. Looked like it actually last night in a fantastic finish in Boston after LeBron came up the largest loss of his career, 42 to Indiana. Lakers down by 6. Caldwell Pope from way downtown. Bang! And it's 3. Under a minute to go, Celtics still up by 3. This time LeBron loses it, gets it back, contested, and we're tied at 124. With 22 seconds to go, Lakers have dropped back down by 2. Ingram drives to Kyle Kuzma, knocks down his own 3, and the Lakers are ahead with 18.5 to go. Boston goes back in front, 10 down. Ingram blocked by Horford. Look who it is at the end. It's Rajon Rondo. Vengeance is mine. Lakers win 129-128. And afterwards, Lakers happy. Rondo, revenge, revenge.
It definitely feels surreal. I haven't watched the replay yet, but this is one I'll be playing for the rest of my life.
You couldn't even dream about that moment, to be back here in the Garden and where you won a championship, where obviously, you know, he has so many memories of being here. And for him to get his hands on the ball at that moment and be able to knock that down, it was a storybook ending.
The one thing I know about this group, whether we won this game tonight or lost this game tonight, our guys are going to come in tomorrow and work again because they've done that all year long. I'm really happy for them because it feels good in there, and they deserve that. But, you know, win or lose, we would have been fine tomorrow.
Dave McMenamin remains with the Lakers, not dealt, and joins us now from Philadelphia in that game Sunday. And the Magic meeting, when, containing what message, what could he say? Sorry I didn't trade half of you for AD?
Yeah, Magic's making the trip west to east, stopping in East Lansing, Michigan along the way for the 40th celebration, 40th anniversary, excuse me, of the 1979 championship Michigan State team that he was such a huge part of. Then going to go to Philly, where he's going to meet with this team. The LA Times reporting that part of his intended meeting is to kind of have some sort of clear the air forum for everyone to air their grievances. It'll be like Festivus in Philadelphia, where they can say, hey, you know, we didn't like that our name was dangled in trade rumors for a week and a half, and Magic can say to them, hey, you're still part of this team, and let's focus on the task at hand. Of course, then they still have 2 more games before the All-Star break. A very tough Sixers team with a new complexion on Sunday, and then the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday.
Yeah, and then apparently they have to win the Super Bowl. I mean, help me here. A conference call today, and the GM, Rob Pelinka, said he hoped the Lakers season can move the way of the Super Bowl champion Patriots. You were listening onto that call. Connect the dots for us between, you know, 2 different sports.
Yeah, Keith, here are the parallels that Rob presented. Patriots started off 1-2. They were struggling in December. People said they were done. Lakers started off 2-5. They're still struggling at this point in the season, and some people wonder if they're going to make the playoffs. Beyond that, they both have a GOAT. Tom Brady, 9 Super Bowls, 6 rings. LeBron James, 9 NBA Finals, 3 rings. And then the added caveat is Rob Pelinka says that Julian Edelman coming back for suspension really sparked that Patriots team to prominence. He thinks the spark for the Lakers will be their 2 trade deadline pickups, Reggie Bullock and Mike Muscala. I mean, we'll see. Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP. If Muscala and Bullock can bring any sort of those type of numbers or contributions, I mean, that would be something special. I don't know, it'd be something super for this Lakers team.
Dave McMenamin, dream come true, though. We got LeBron, the Pats, and the Super Bowl all in one story. Thank you, sir. Sage?
Very impressive, yes. Okay, now the team that lost to the Lakers last night. The next big piece of the Celtics puzzle is whether or not Kyrie Irving will exercise his player option and become a free agent this summer. Remember, at the beginning of the season, he told Celtics fans he wanted to remain in Boston. Last week, he was asked again about it. He left the door wide open. He was non-committal in a strongly worded interview. Today, Celtics president and GM Danny Ainge sounded very optimistic about Kyrie returning. Listen.
the way I view the situation is that I think a lot of people, because of Kyrie's announcement at the beginning of the year, thought that there was a marriage. And I think that it's more like an engagement, and we're going to get married on July 1st. And I think that engagement is still on. As far as I know, in my individual conversations with Kyrie, we're still engaged, but we really can't, make those vows, sign that contract until July 1st.
This is true. Our insider agent Wojnarowski joins me now. So Ainge sounds as optimistic as he can be. Trade deadline, it's gone. Congratulations. So what happens? Do the conversations between the two continue between now and July 1st?
Well, first of all, if Danny Ainge says anything differently in public now, it starts that story all the way down the road again. And by wording it the way he did, he at least quells it again. He didn't open it up to any more uncertainty. And Danny Ainge knows this, that in the end, it's not going to be the recruiting of Kyrie Irving through the year. He's already there. He knows what they are and what he has. And all Danny Ainge and ownership think they can do is make the team, the organization, as presentable as possible, from winning this season to the roster that he would have going forward when he's got to make his decision in July. And if there's something else he wants out there, well, then he'll go take it. And there's nothing they can do about it.
The one thing they can do is offer him more money than anybody else, $49 million more than anybody else, because they can offer that 5th year. So if that's his goal, then he should stay right there in Boston. We'll see. Okay, you broke the news last night that the Pelicans are no longer considering holding Anthony Davis out the rest of the season. He will be playing. Good news to his teammates, of course. Listen.
We all enjoy Anthony. We all love having him and playing with him. Just being able to kind of get his, I guess, what is this? Like the tour that like Paul Pierce and Kobe had. Like this is kind of like an AD tour. But I think for Anthony, man, like I said, this is his passion. This is what he wants to do. So he's still gonna come out here and play as hard as he can and give all he has. And I feel like he's shown that ever since he's played.
It was a tough couple of weeks for his teammates. So I'm glad they've kept their sense of humor, Woj. But what changed?
Well, the Pelicans talked to the league office, and the league office reminded them of a few things about the idea of holding Anthony Davis out and trying to not play him for the rest of the year to preserve him from getting injured. The league said, listen, there are already rules on the books. There's a resting rule in the league that if you're a healthy player, a healthy star, and you're playing a national TV game, or you can't just sit guys out. And they told them this too. Listen, if you try to hold him out, and this is seen as retribution for him asking for a trade, the league has already fined him $50,000. You can't punish him again. He will file a grievance with the Players Association, with the league, and he will win.
Yeah.
There's no way for you to sit him. And the team also came to I think the final sense that, listen, they have season ticket holders and they have fans who have paid with the idea that they're going to see him play. And listen, while they might like to get a higher draft pick, this is not an organization that has tanked. They're owned by the same group that has the Saints. That's not a football mentality either.
Yeah, so I guess it's just back to business as usual, right? By the way, they took him out of their montage, their game intro montage. Tonight would be his first game back since injuring the finger. Is he going back in the video? Business back as usual, right?
Yeah, and the other thing, too, he's going to play fewer minutes, and you'll probably see him a lot less on back-to-backs.
Okay, Woj with the latest. Thank you.
Thanks, Sage.
Still, trade deadline has passed. One move can alter the landscape of the entire league. And take last year, for example, when 6 of LeBron's teammates were traded on the day of the deadline. That team, of course, went on to the finals. And only once before were that many players traded from a single team on deadline day. Oh, by the way, also LeBron 2008 Cavaliers. Now, fast forward to this year, and it looked like the Lakers might be headed down the same road. But just 2 teammates were traded on deadline day, none among the team's young core. But what now for those who stayed on the team that for weeks appeared not to want them? Here's Dave McMenamin.
Just days before the NBA trade deadline, the indelible image from the seemingly left-for-dead Los Angeles Lakers was LeBron James completely isolated from his teammates on the bench during a blowout loss in Indiana. Thursday, with the trade deadline finished and the Lakers roster looking much the same, there was a far more effervescent scene.
Believe it or not, I always dream like this, you know what I mean? But I couldn't picture it being this sweet. team struggling right now, and I think it's definitely a confidence booster for us.
Rondo, one of a litany of Lakers who heard his name attached to Anthony Davis reports in recent weeks, hit the first buzzer-beating game winner of his 13-year career. And the Lakers looked like a team that found its fight again.
We needed a response, energy that we didn't need. Trades and everything. I think just played a little bit into our heads, and as a collective group, and for us to bounce back like this after the trade deadline, we know this is who we have. This is our group, and it was a big step for our team.
Yeah, I won't say need, but it helps. Winning helps a lot.
With Davis still in New Orleans and LA pulling off a couple minor moves to acquire some shooting and Reggie Bullock and Mike Muscala, both expected to join the team this weekend, the Lakers, wouldn't you know it, set a franchise record for threes.
It felt like a sign of relief, especially all year. We haven't been shooting the ball as well as we can as a team and individually. So to come out like that, fresh air.
Breathe in, breathe out, Lakers fans. The season is still alive. It might not feature LeBron and AD playing alongside one another as Magic Johnson and company hoped for, but the players still donning the purple and gold don't plan to go quietly into the night.
I think if I'm healthy and we're a collective group, and I think we can make a push, and that's all it's about. And and if I continue to get in the form, and we continue to get in the form as well as a collective group, then we will hit a stride.
Dave McMenamin, thank you. Lakers back at it this Sunday for a trip to Philly. A game BPI, Basketball Power Index, says they have just a 31% chance of winning. Then they'll face the Hawks in their last game before the All-Star break. Soon after, James Harden and Anthony Davis await. Tip off your weekend, NBA Friday doubleheader. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets take on Embiid, Tobias, and the new-look Sixers, 7 p.m. Eastern, and Karl Anthony Towns leads the Timberwolves against the Pelicans. All these teams have been in the news lately, both games on ESPN. Take it with you on the ESPN app.
Let's head to the set of Get Up, where we find our good friend Jalen Rose. Good morning, Jalen. The Sixers host the Nuggets tonight. Tobias Harris making his Philly debut. How do you see Harris fitting in with the Sixers squad?
I see him fitting in amazing, Jay. I feel like the Sixers now have the second most accomplished starting lineup in the entire NBA. Joel Embiid has been playing amazing all year at an all-NBA level. Ben Simmons is a triple-double threat. He's going to be an all-star. Jimmy Butler showed his worth, in particular when he first arrived, making game-winning shots. Now the world gets a chance to witness how good of a player and of efficient player Tobias Harris really is. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people with his productivity and his ability to get shots not only off the catch, but to shoot effectively from three off the dribble. And Philadelphia also now has a lot of tall players that will be interchangeable on both ends of the floor. It's a terrific pickup. Elton Brand has done an amazing job as the general manager. And don't overlook picking up Jonathan Simmons as well, who has a pedigree of playing with the Spurs. I really like what the Sixers have done. They're my favorite now in the East.
Jalen Rose, appreciate you. Go get ready for the show.
Thanks for the love.
And coming up next on Get Up, they're going to have